Hi Cuxton, it's me today, and I'm going to talk to you about PSHE, which, amongst one or two other things that I do, is the subject in school which I lead and I have led for a few years now. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that, what PSHE actually stands for, and also some of the things that you would expect to learn in PSHE. So hopefully it will make sense, and I'm also going to have another word to add to our word of the week display, so watch out for that little bit coming up shortly.
So firstly, I'd like you to think about, what does PSHE actually stand for? If you've got somebody sat next to you, spend a bit of time talking to them about it and decide between you. Okay, I wonder if you work this out. PSHE stands for Personal, Social and Health Education, or some people call it Personal, Social, Health and Economic Education, which is what I typically mean when I'm talking about PSHE to you guys and to the teachers in school. So next though, what does each of those things mean? Personal, social, health and economic. Well, let's have a little look. So the P stands for personal, and this is when you will be learning about how you feel, about how you deal with challenges, how you deal with different situations, how you keep yourself safe, and how you keep yourself clean and healthy. So personal is learning all about you, which is why there's a picture of someone there with me big and bold on their t-shirt, because that's what personal is all about. Social is all about others. If you think about the phrase social distancing that we hear so often now, it's all about how close you are to other people. So the S is social, and that's when you learn about differences and similarities between different people, having tolerance of others, dealing with different opinions that other people might have. It's learning about how you can make friendships, and it's learning about how to work well in a group. So social is all about others. Health is a bit more straightforward. It's all about keeping yourself healthy. So if you're doing this part of PSHE, you'd be learning all about what makes a healthy diet, that there are good and bad drugs that can affect us in different ways. You'd be learning about the importance of exercise. You'd also be learning about mental health and what that means, how you can maintain it and have good mental health, and understanding that anybody can experience poor mental health, and learning about how to support them and look out for the signs of that. So the H is health. And lastly, we've got the E, which is economic, which is all to do with money and finance. So if you're doing this part of PSHE, you'd learn about what money is, how it works, the different forms that money can take, coins and cash and in bank accounts and all sorts of other things. You'd learn about understanding of saving and how banks work, and you'd learn about profit and loss. So lots of different things to do with money. So the E in PSHE is economic. So as well as the PSHE lessons that you guys would all do in school, we've also added in recently very specific mental resilience lessons, and you've been doing these pretty much once at the start of every single term. And in these lessons you've been learning about things to do with having a growth mindset and being mentally resilient. So that's learning all about how you can overcome challenges. It's learning that we understand that we learn best from our mistakes. And most importantly, it's learning that it is okay to get things wrong, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. Everybody gets stuff wrong all the time, adults included, me included, and it's learning about how best to overcome those things. So really, it fits in fantastically with our new value of resilience as well, which I'll talk to you a little bit more about in a moment. So this brings me on to our word of the week. Now, in all the assemblies that different subject leaders have done, they've introduced you a word of the week. They've been on display around the school. They're in the hall at the moment. And I wonder how many of those words of the weeks you guys have actually used, maybe when you're talking, or even better if you used them in your writing. But my word of the week linked to PSHE is, drumroll please, resilience. So really, we've already talked about what resilience means, but just a reminder, that word means everything to do with overcoming challenges, and it's all about continuing to do something even if you find it challenging. So it's about not giving up even when things are hard. So I've got a little challenge for you now. I'd like you to spend a moment thinking or talking to the person next to you about when recently you have demonstrated resilience. It could be at school, it could be at home, it could be somewhere else. But I'd like you to spend a little bit of time thinking about when you have shown that you won't give up, even when things get a little bit tricky. So have that chat now with the person next to you. Off you go. I'm sure you guys probably came up with loads of ideas of when you've demonstrated resilience, which is fantastic. So I'd like to remind you that we've got our brand new set of values, and on there, one of them, the R in care, is all about resilience and how you show that you are overcoming challenges and sticking with things. So just a reminder, staff are looking for you when you have shown resilience to sign off your posters and your doors. But don't forget also, if you spot members of staff outside of your class demonstrating resilience, you can go and sign the poster that's on the staff room door too, and there are already a couple of initials on there, so let's see who's earning that resilience badge.
Okay, so after all of that, I hope that the next time your teacher says to you that we are doing PSHE this afternoon, you start to then think, oh, I know exactly what it is that we're going to be learning about. It could be any one of those different things that those letters stands for. And I look forward to seeing lots and lots of PSHE learning continuing in school, and I would love to see examples of it to be shared with me. I look forward to seeing lots and lots of that going on too. So that's all from me today, and I will see you all again tomorrow. Take care, guys. Bye bye.